Legends, welcome back to another one. Thank you so much for joining us again on another build episode. So this series is where we're building the ultimate family tourer. A Troopy that is capable of sleeping the whole family when we want to ditch the caravan and go super remote. So this episode is going to be about interior mods pretty much. So I'm going to start it off with a bunch of epic products from OTA, Overland Tours Australia, which is a branch out of Mick, Tighe 4x4 in Toowoomba. We've got both their rear barn door tables and rear barn door molly panels. So this is super important for us because we obviously take 5 people in the Troopy. So we haven't got the luxury of a 2-seater Troopy. So we've got to be really careful and real strategic with how we plan out our storage in it. So the molly panels on the rear door are something I really wanted to do on the last Troopy, and I think that'll really aid to kind of keep some of the stuff out of our drawers and just have easy access. So super pumped to get these installed, and yeah, let's jump into it. I've had a brief look at the instructions for these. I think I'm going to start with the big barn door table first because it looks a hell of a lot easier. This one should be pretty straightforward. What we're going to do is we're going to use a trim removal tool to remove this. And I think then all it is basically rib nuts. So we'll use a rib nut tool and we'll chuck the rib nuts in, and then hopefully it's as simple as that. All done. That honestly probably took about 10 minutes. So easy. I remember with the last Troopy, we used a front runner one, which is, I think, actually made for Jeeps from memory. So it doesn't it's not tailor made to fit the Troopy. And this is actually tailor made to fit the Troopy. So it was super easy, way neater. Yeah, way quicker to install. Stoked. How good does this look? You got chopping board. Stoked with how that one came together. So I think that the smaller table is a little bit trickier. So I'm going to have a little look at it now, but I might be running out of time this afternoon, but we'll see how we go. I think you actually have to cut a little bit from the instructions that I've looked at, but yeah, that looks incredible, that one. So I'm pumped with that. Well done, OTA. All right, Ash is busy. So I brought out the second best to come and help me with the other door. You gonna give me a hand?
Yeah.
Gonna do this one?
Yeah.
Yeah? You reckon we can do it?
Yeah.
What's that?
Is it a big box?
It's massive, and you're carrying it.
Yay!
You're my slave. Oh, you got it?
No.
Yeah, I'll get you. All right, let's go.
What?
So speedy.
I got here before you.
All right, Emmy, you rolling? Am I in the video? Yeah? All right, so we got number 2. This is gonna go on the small door. I'm guessing it's going to be similar. Yep. So we've got another stubby cooler and we have rib nuts. So you want to twist that?
Which way? This way?
The way that I just showed you. Yep. So keep twisting that. Bit tricky. Keep going. Yeah, hold the tool at the same time. Just hold it, support it.
I can't do it.
It's a bit tricky, hey?
How are you doing that? Can I press it?
Hey.
Can I press it?
No, you don't need to press it. We're just going to unscrew it. All right, so I think I have to remove, for this one, I'm going to remove all the plastic around here. Hopefully that's as easy as the front door ones. If you watched the first build video, I removed all the plastic from the front doors and it was actually pretty good. This one I have kind of touched before, but so it might not be as easy now, but we'll give it a crack. And then yeah, you got to cut around a little bit of the metal. Apparently there is a template available online to print out. I may do that or I may guess it. We'll have a look in a second once I get off this black plastic and stuff. Brought out the big guns to help me get this black mastic off. Got my nephew Cooper. He's going to try and rub off all of this messy gunk stuff. Hey Coop.
Yeah.
You reckon you got it?
No.
It's a bit tricky, hey? Brought out technical support for this last bit. So I reckon we're not going to use the template. I'm just going to wing it here. We're going to use a nickel at the moment and a ruler. We got the picture and we're just kind of going to guess where it is. At the end of the day, you're not going to be able to see it because the actual like indentation of the table is going to cover it up. So if it looks a bit messy, it shouldn't really matter.
Mom. I'm too many fruits.
What do you want?
No.
So the instructions say use a grinder. We do have a grinder, but I'd rather not use a grinder because it's going to flick up bits of metal everywhere. It does say use, you can use metal shears as well. So going to have a crack with that first. Hopefully it doesn't make as much mess as a grinder does, but it might be a bit trickier to cut through the door. We'll see, but Ash is going to have a go right now.
I mean, it cuts really easily. It's just about getting the...
Well, it doesn't need to be perfect, but because you're not going to be able to see it.
This reminds me of when I did the fence. This is...
Colour bond?
Yeah. God. I need to file that down.
Here, you want me to try and do it?
Yeah. I don't think you should film this part.
Why?
Because you got this stuff. It's just not a very good... This is like a what not to do.
Are you glad I called you out of the caravan for this?
No. Rather be making dinner.
Well, I tell you what, that ended up a mission. I just finished it off this morning. We ended up staying up later last night just to get the cutting done. I recommend if you're going to do this one, just use a grinder, hey. Ended up making a big mess anyway that I needed to clean up. It looks pretty bad behind there, but it did the job to get the table in, so that's all done. I gave it a good file last night and used some touch-up paint around all the edges and that, but yeah, really stoked with how this thing looks. Nice and neat. So we've got like a little cavity in here, store stuff, table. How good is that? Pumped. So probably, I think today I'm heading up to J-Max, got some stuff to do up there. And then this afternoon we might pop on the molly panels on the outside. Yeah, really, really stoked with both of those tables. Should be a super good addition for, yeah, camping on the road, just easy access. I'm planning with this one, I don't really want to put on a Max Trucks table on the side, which is why I was particularly keen to have the second table down here. But yeah, you might have seen a little sneak peek too of this bad boy. So there's been some recent big additions to the Troopy. I'll put that one in an upcoming video, but like a full walk around of that. But yeah, very excited with what's happening at the moment. What is the plans this afternoon, Ashley?
We are going to install 2 molly panels, back doors, from Overland Tours Australia.
Let's do it. I tell you what, these things are very bloody light, so pumped on that. We are going to do it a little bit different than the instructions. So with the instructions, they get you to use rivets, pop rivets, to put into the window frame, but we want to easily be able to remove ours, mainly because if we use like window shades and stuff like that, we want to be able to take them on and off when needed. So we're going to use my favorite tool, rib nuts. So yeah, have to drill out the holes a little bit, but it should be pretty simple, hopefully. Sweet. So we've just drilled the new holes in this. Now we're gonna line this thing up on the window, mark out the holes, pull it back off again, and then drill the holes in so then we can rib nut. Let's do it.
Tell you what, we're getting a little too comfortable drilling holes into this Troopy.
We haven't done too many times. Like, I didn't really want to do it at all, but I think it's worth it for something like this. I think that it's worth it.
Yeah.
Just because of like this for storage for us will be so handy. Like, I think, as I said yesterday in the video, is like we don't have the luxury of having a 2-seater Troopy.
Yeah.
So like we've got to be quite strategic with where we place things. So yeah, I think it'd be worth it. What?
This is going to take ages.
Giving up on that hole already.
Just getting real sick of drilling into metal, you know?
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if this actually worked, hey?
I don't know if that one's coming in and out very easily though.
That's right.
One down.
Just got to tighten up the rest of those.
Got these.
Yeah. Looks good.
Let's see if we're good. I'm just happy we got the holes in the right place.
Number 2.
They look cool.
Yeah. Stoked with them.
Yeah.
For anyone that is wondering like what the hell you do with these, because I'm guessing that not everyone that watches this is familiar with Troopies or whatever. So these are really good to be able to like hang bags and stuff off. So there's a whole bunch of bags these days. For instance, like our survival first aid kit can get mounted up there. You can mount, there's canvas bags. There's so many different options. Even things like air hoses and stuff like that, just so you have easy access. Kind of takes it out of your drawers. And yeah, just a nice way to use up kind of some otherwise dead space. Another day of Troopy mods. So I have a little bit of free time this morning. So what I'm going to try and do is squeeze in getting a couple of things done. So what I have is a ARB dual compressor. I'm not actually going to wire this in, but I have a mounting bracket from Kyle at Arc Earth. So I have one of his mounting brackets. We're going to try and chuck that in, chuck the compressor in. I think I'm going to wire the compressor up this time. Last Troopy I had it off my start battery, but I'm thinking about doing it off my dual battery this time, my second battery. So if anyone's got any thoughts on that, let me know below. But I'm thinking I'm going to do it that way. That way I can, I'll run it off the Red Arc system, which I'm putting in there. And that way I can switch it and everything remotely. So that's what I'm leaning to at the moment. But yeah, so I'm gonna chuck it on the bracket, pop it in there. I've also got one of Arc Earth's utility vents as well. So that's gonna pair up really nicely with a water tank that I'm probably gonna install on another day because it's probably gonna take a bit more time, I'd say. but I am going to chuck the utility vent in at the moment while I do the compressor, and we'll see how we go. All right, now I got to work out, I've got these out. Is it going to be beneficial to do the compressor bracket first? That's the question. Like, is the utility vent going to get in my way while I do the compressor bracket? So I think that's probably going to be the next thing. But yeah, then we'll get prepared to mount this bad boy in there. So such a nice unit. Like, it looks pretty close. Like, I don't think many people would be able to tell the difference unless you were kind of looking for something like this. You wouldn't even tell that it's a different vent. So yeah, very cool idea, I reckon. So I was just looking on some online pictures on Arc Earth, and it looks like this bracket actually mounts using the screws from the utility vent. So definitely a good idea for me to do that now. So I'll probably mount the compressor onto this, and then I go ahead and do the utility vent and everything like that. So the other thing I've got to consider as well is utility vent. I got that with a Anderson, and I'm going to have that as like a solar blanket. But I'm probably going to have to crimp some wire and run that into there now. Otherwise, I'll have to take the whole thing off again in the future to access that. So yeah, I think I'll have to do that before I mount this in there. So anyway, it's good to notice it now, so at least I don't have to take it all off again down in the future. All right, so that is the compressor mounted on the bracket. Ended up being a little bit more stuffing around, as I've got the new ARB brushless compressor, so the brackets don't 100% line up for that. So I had to drill a few holes, well, 4 holes to be exact, and we've got crappy drill bits for drilling through hard steel like that. So it was a mission, but anyway, we're done. It's mounted. I ended up, I can get rid of this. Also, I fixed the Anderson plug in here now as well. So, and I've got some wires. So basically, hopefully this means I will not have to remove this thing back off again down the track to hook up solar, or whether, if I don't do solar, it'll be like a power out. So I think that will do this one for now. It actually went together pretty quick in the end then. I need to find a bolt to, like one that I've removed from when I removed the jack. So I need to find a bolt that goes into the floor there. Pretty sure I've still got them all laying around. But yeah, really happy with that. I may have to, like, the ARB compressor comes with a, like a adjustable bracket. Kind of, you can slide the compressor up and down. So I may need to slightly adjust the height of that. But I'll wait until I'm kind of doing all the wiring for the compressor to work out. But that'll do for now, and it'll hold it all in there nice and safe, I think. So yeah, stoked. Really, really good product. I'll show you the outside. So this is what we've got on the outside here. There we go. We've got Anderson ARB compressor, and we have the water. So I think that is a water in and out, I believe. So yeah, got some wires to go, some plumbing to go to the breather, and also obviously from the tank to there. So yeah, really stoked with that. And then it just latches shut. Another day on the Troopy interior. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just getting this bad boy. So I got these side panels. So they're basically just the hex pattern ply. I wasn't planning on getting anything like that. I was just going to use the standard ones because ours will pretty much be covered by fit out anyway. But I got these from Department of Interior Consoles. So they're speaker pods for the back. They're actually made for the 79 series, but I'm going to try to fit them into here. So Really want to have speakers in the back. If you would have seen one of the early interior videos, I fitted the front ones. So basically what I found out is like the side panels for the Troopy, the stock ones, are just not heavy duty enough to mount something of that weight. So I've got these ply ones off Unwind Designs and we're going to try and mount them. So probably the most difficult part of this is there's actually like some beams that run around in this area. So what I've tried to do is, I had Ash help me with this yesterday. We've kind of tried to position the speaker where we think it will fit in regards to the seat still needs to be able to flip forward. But so we've kind of marked on the ply there to kind of where the beam is and that, and where we kind of got to mount the actual speaker hole. So today I am going to work on trying to mount these consoles, Department of Interior rear speakers to the rear of the Troopy. All right, so done some double measurements. It's definitely not the most accurate way to do it, but hopefully it should do the job. So they give you this template here. So basically what I want to do is have the speaker section just needs to be this side of the line because that's where the pole is. And then I'm going to try and mount it as low as possible where it doesn't impinge on the screws. But yeah, that's the plan. Hopefully I don't stuff this up because I don't have any more of these panels, so we'll see. All right, so I have just reinstalled the side panels in the Troopy, and here is the finished result for our custom speakers for the back of the Troopy, which is pretty cool. Pretty stoked with how this came out. So I've got the GME XRS 4 drive pack to install. Pretty much a necessity for towing the caravan for safety reasons. So yeah, last Troopy I had a unit in setup, so I'm interested to see if I actually notice any difference with the GME XRS, which is a bit more of an expensive unit, bit more features. I don't know whether it's actually something that will be really useful to us, but I'm keen to give it a go. So what I also got this here. So that little unit is, I think it's from Gold Coast Car Sound or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something along the lines of Gold Coast Car Sound. And what that is it actually is some direct plugs to plug into the back of the cigarette lighter, I believe. So then I don't have to kind of tap into any circuits. So should hopefully make the install a little bit quicker and easier. Yeah, hopefully I can get this done like nice and quick today, but it never ends up working out like that. But anyway, so a few other products I've got. So I've got this one here. So what that is that's basically the UHF microphone mount. So that's from TLR, who actually did the fuse block in my engine bay, which I was really happy with. So that mounts onto one of the aircon vents. It's just meant to screw straight onto there. So basically with this, I want to try and make it as nice and neat as possible, so there's kind of not as many wires running everywhere. So I got that. I've also got this one. So that is a under glove box. Like, I think it goes up above the top of the glove box. So it's like a mount for UHF unit just to hide it all away nice and neatly there. So going to install those things today. And I also got this. So this one is a RJ45, I think it is. It's just a pass-through, and it actually goes in where the aircon, there's a space on the 70 series Land Cruisers for like a weird size, switch panel, but it's a weird size one, and it basically goes in where the aircon vent, it's like where the aircon control unit is. So what I'm hoping with that is I can put the connection just down there, and then the UHF lead will just run just up to the aircon too many aircon things going on here. But basically like a nice and neat install kind of keeps everything out of the way. So that's my plan this morning. I'm going to start installing all this stuff and hopefully it's done nice and quick, but we will see. Also, that RJ45 pass-through is from Gear Electric Australia, if you're after that one. Don't even know where to actually start with this. So I guess the first probably step is I'm going to have to start removing some of this dash because I need to work out how to get like off that aircon kind of vent thing. And also I need to also access the back of the cigarette lighter there as well. So it's probably going to be the first step. Probably the part I'm not looking forward to the most with this is having to run wire out through the firewall again because I'm pretty jam-packed for the one that I can easily get to over on the passenger side. So yeah, we'll see. I think I'm gonna leave the aerial kind of running until last and try to get the rest of it done, and then I'll work it out. So it's always the worst part I find with doing like mods on the car is having to get wiring from the in here out to the engine bay. It's just a massive pain in the butt. So yeah, anyway, first step is I'm going to start attacking this dash and try to remove it. I think I'm going to have to probably start, I can't find anything exactly to show me how to get to where I need to, but I'm sure I'm going to have to remove the head unit and maybe remove the head unit surround. So I'm going to start there. I know what I'm doing with that, so we'll give that a crack and we'll just move on from there. So it's a few hours later. I'm getting pretty close now, I think. As per everything, it's never as easy as it should be, and there's been a few little bits of mucking around. Instructions for some of the things are pretty average, so I've kind of had to muck around and work out how to go about doing it. But, so where we're at, I've installed this. So there we go. That's basically the handset mount. That's just on the aircon panel, and they're magnetic, like that. At the moment, this isn't plugged in, but it will be able to plug into that pass-through there, which I could probably do now, but I might wait until I actually get the dash back on as well. So yeah, that part's done. So out here, have the aerial is ready to go. So I had to drill out this just a little bit because it wouldn't fit in there. You just see here. But yeah, that bad boy's gonna go onto there. I managed to get the aerial lead through the grommet that I've used for everything else, which I'm pretty stoked about. It was a bit of a mission, but. And then down here, so I've kind of got everything wired up, ready to go. And basically, so this is my bracket. And that mounts like up the top, up in here. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna start putting the dash all back together again, and then I'll see if it works, and then I'll start mounting all that up under the glove box there. But it's pretty close. I feel like I'm gonna have this done in about half if everything goes all right. So yeah, stoked. Oh, we are so close to being done. I've just got to tidy up. So we got the aerials on, and then under here, this is all the bracket mounted up, nice and neat. So the glove box will go back on there, and there we go. UHF mounted. Stoked with how all that is, nice and neat, which is why I got the extra parts for this install. I think it's worth spending a little bit extra for a nice, neat install. Now, I tell you what, we are, at the moment, I'm packing the car up to drive down to Melbourne to get the new caravan, which is bloody exciting. Like, we've been waiting for this for months now, so that's exciting. But I tell you, probably one of the most exciting mods I've done to the Troopy in regards to full-time traveling, and particularly because we're about to drive, 24 hours or whatever down to Melbourne, is this. Get a load of these. So these are from a company in North Brisbane, Brendale to be exact, called Proceed. Been admiring these things from afar for so long. We really wanted to put them in the last car, and we kind of couldn't justify it, but we figured, like, seeing that we're going to continue to travel full time, we spend so much time in the car, it was worth upgrading the seats this time. And I'm so pumped with how these turned out. Like, they look incredible. So basically these were a direct replacement, so no engineering needed. They use like the factory rails and base and everything like that. So super simple one to get done. They also offer like a bunch of seats for so many popular model cars. Like, I've seen they've been doing a bunch of Isuzu trucks and that recently as well. So, oh yeah, Ash, you haven't seen these new seats yet.
Haven't.
Come have a look.
Wow. It looks so different, hey?
Yeah, looks nice, eh?
Yeah.
Have a sit down.
It's definitely a lot more support. You don't like sink down into the seat.
Yeah, it feels a bit higher up, eh?
Yeah. Does your head fit in?
Yes.
Yeah,
So nice. Yeah, looks awesome, eh?
Yeah. Super cool.
They should be good for the trip down to Melbourne. Oh, while we're in here, this is another one I recently did. So that one is from Cruiser Consoles, and that was about as easy to install as you possibly get. So just like 4 tech screws that go into the original middle console. So you actually don't have to remove anything. You literally just put that on top, drill it down. My elbow is super thankful for that. And yeah, it looks really, really good. So very happy with that one as well. The interior is starting to look pretty luxury for a 70 series. So yeah, very pumped. All right, so what else have we done? We have done, oh, actually, I'll show you what I meant about how you can utilize the molly panels for the back. This is kind of the rear setup at the moment. I still need to perfect this a little bit, but as you see, we've got some bags here. This is a tool roll from Blacksmith, so I can fold down. And then I'll probably end up putting some more over this side as well. At the moment, I kind of just need to work out where I want to maintain some visibility at the back. So I'm just kind of going to have a bit of a play around with them. This trip down to Melbourne should give me a bit of a sample with how it all works. But yeah, really pumped for how that one's coming together. All right, guys, I think that wraps up another Troopy build video. So we're getting towards the end of this. I think next episode is going to come from up in Hervey Bay. So we've got an important little mod to do up there. If anyone's got any guesses what we're going to be doing, chuck it below. But excited to share that one. I think we're kind of coming towards the end of this. So basically we got that one, and then we have like the interior fit out and an electrical one to go. So once that's done, it'll be pretty much Troopy Mark II build complete, and then we can hit the road again, which we're really excited about. If you haven't checked out our video from our caravan pickup road trip to Melbourne, I'll link that one up above. Anyway, legends, I hope everyone's doing really well, and we will see you in the next one.